Jackman to discuss security and logistics as we prepare for the total solar eclipse. Addressing reporters right now is Jackman Moose River Fire Chief Paul Jarvis. Let's listen in live to what he has to say.
Just recently from DOT that there's significant traffic congestion south of here, particularly Solon area, Skowhegan, as well as other places on the interstate. Traffic seems to be moving okay here. There just is a lot of it. People are having issues finding places to park. We've had some minor issues with the traffic, but minor only. Everything seems to be relatively quiet and good. It's going well. We've been monitoring traffic here on several webcams. We had obtained some information this morning at 9 from DOT that there were 400 cars an hour heading this way, and now watching the last couple hours on the traffic cams, we've got it varies a little bit based on the traffic cams, but anywhere is between 600 and 1,200 cars an hour are headed this direction and have been headed this direction, and there's no end to it in sight. What we ask for is everybody to be patient, be courteous, be friendly, and especially when the total eclipse is over, to be patient and courteous and friendly, because there'll be a lot of people intending to go home at the same time. And just enjoy the day, enjoy the experience, and everything will be great for all of us. That's what we're hoping for. I first thought about an eclipse here 7 years ago and said, wow, this is going to be great. And then about 3 years ago, I started doing some initial planning for safety and really got it into written form a year ago, and I've had a lot of meetings to organize a lot of things to prepare for this. I believe we have more people coming than what we thought were going to be here, and I think a lot of that is related to how much of the path of totality across the United States is cloudy. We've actually been hearing from a lot of folks in the past few days who are going to Texas, Indiana, and other places and have changed their plans and have been coming here. So it's quite an experience. We want it to be a safe experience. Just be patient and courteous. So if any of you have any questions, I will take them.
Do you have a rough number, you think, how many people? You get the 400 to 600 an hour, but how many?
We were trying to estimate earlier, and based on the traffic and such, we believe that we've probably hit 10,000 at this point, with still unknown numbers coming. How accurate of an estimate that is, I don't know. We intend to, when this is all over, to try to get some traffic information from DOT on their counters of an average day versus today, to get a better idea of how many vehicles came, and then go from there. But we believe we may be at the 10,000 mark so far. The entire region population, that's Jackman, Moose River, Dennistown, unorganized territories, is 1,100. So we're almost 10 times the population so far in visitors. Any other questions?
Bill,
Yeah.
We've been here for hours, so haven't seen what's happening down south on 201. Are there cars parked on both sides of the road for quite a ways?
From what we're hearing in certain locations, yes. Okay. We don't know. Sorry about that. If I could figure out how to shut my phone off, that'd be great. So we're hearing in certain areas at the top of the hill, the Addian Overlook. A lot of you came through. There's a significant number of vehicles there to the point it became of concern. We had to have DOT put some signs up. We've had some law enforcement officers up there because more and more people want to park in an area that's already filled. So we don't know about some other places. We have heard that, like Harris Station, the dam, there might have been too many people trying to get around and get in there. Just bits and pieces have been coming through. A lot of people are obviously trying to come here in this region to see the eclipse, which I don't blame them. Just, it's making a little bit of congestion here and there. So we'll get through it. One way or the other, we'll get through it.
Is there a plan for the 10,000 people to exit at 4 o'clock?
We have been asking people not to be in a rush to leave. We know some are going to want to. We've asked as many people as we can to wait. Even you reporters, we've asked to wait before you leave, to give time, because we know the congestion that we had for folks coming up is going to be nothing compared to the congestion going down when everybody here tries to leave within a few hours' time. That is when we actually expect the most issues at that time. We hope it goes well. It's been going well so far. We hope it continues that way and everybody has a good experience.
Have you had any incidents of people stuck on, side roads, logging roads?
We've
stuck in the
had-
mud in the snow?
We've had incidents where people have been trying to drive down snowmobile trails. Fortunately, have got stuck just trying to get off the main road onto the snowmobile trail. But that doesn't mean there's some other folks not stuck out in the woods places. Because of that heavy wet snow we had in spring conditions, a lot of the roads have not been the best. And we've been cautioning people not to try to drive into those areas. We know some people will. I fully expect we'll have to go get some people out in places. There's no doubt in my mind. Thank you very much. The next one is at 5. It might be a little more hectic at that time, so thank you.
All right, so some good news there. At this point, there's really no bad news. That coming from Phil Jarvis. He's the Jackman Moose River Fire Chief. Some interesting numbers coming in. The estimate is that in Jackman alone, there are roughly 10,000 people. There's been a steady stream of traffic throughout the day, and he is expecting that there's going to be more people trickling in over the next couple of hours, 600 to 1,200 cars per hour, that number coming from the DOT, and no end in sight. The big reminder, and especially consider this if you plan to head to some of the northern regions in Maine to take in the total solar eclipse, is that officials are asking you not to be in a rush to leave. Over the course of many hours throughout the day today, people have been heading in that direction to places like Jackman, but they don't want everybody trying to leave at once. So be patient if you're headed that way. We do hope that you enjoy the total solar eclipse. We have live coverage, a special report at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and we'll let you know at 2:15 how people are getting ready all across the state. We'll see you again then.